Hello and welcome again to another video guide on communication in Canvas Learning Management System. Today we're going to talk about the calendar, and even if it appears at the end of our list, the calendar is a very useful time management and communication tool. The calendar is used by a lot of students to remind them of graded assessments, submission, due dates, and assignments. Here's the functionality matrix once again. So the calendar is good for creating an event for a course or even an assignment or appointment events which can be recurring, such as tutorials or laboratory sessions. The calendar is also useful for connecting a quiz or an assignment to the course. By the end of this video, you will be able to create a calendar event of your course, create an assignment event for your course or your section, create an appointment group event or recurring events such as tutorials, and connect that quiz or assignment into the calendar of your course. We will also look at the uses of calendar in communicating with students, the pros and cons, as well as the challenges and limitations, and a few relevant case scenarios. Now that we have successfully logged in, we will be able to see the calendar in the global navigation menu on the left panel. At the top, we have navigation buttons that go to the left or to the right of the calendar. We have a smaller version of a calendar on the upper right-hand corner, and we can see that there is a link to copy and paste the calendar iFeed for any calendars that you have outside of Canvas. Here, I have training course and Canvas for teaching and active teaching and learning calendars highlighted, so I can see all the activities within those three courses. If I want more visible calendars added, I just click on those tick boxes on the right that says calendars. You will be seeing your calendar for all the courses that you have highlighted on the right side. We could also change the view of our calendar to weekly view or monthly view or by agenda. Personally, I prefer the monthly view so I can see the whole span of the activities I need to do in the next couple of days. Click the plus button on the upper right-hand corner next to the agenda button. This gives you the four options of creating events in your calendar. The first one is a general event of your course, and the next is the assignment that you want the students to pay attention to. The third is a to-do list, and the last is the appointment group event. I am creating a new event in my calendar, and I will type up the title here. I want to make sure that I specify the date and the time of that event. And if I'm also creating an event for a course, I need to be sure that the details are stated in the event. So since this is a field trip, I would like to add the link to the location of the museum, and I go ahead and go into Google Maps and type up Museum of Ethnology, and in the result, I click the share button and copy that link. I can use the same link and put that in the location field of the event that I just created, and click submit to save the changes. So my event now shows on my calendar, but if I want to add more details about it, I click more options and type up a text or a message that the students will see when they click on the calendar event. All right, next let's create an assignment. That's the second tab in the event pop-up. And here you can fill in the details of the assignment, the title, the due date, of course, in which calendar or course you want it to appear, and what type of assignment group is it. Don't forget to click publish, but you can also do this much later. To add more details to your assignment, click More Options, and this will lead you to the Rich Text Editor. Now, the calendar automatically synchronizes with other features of Canvas, such as assignments, syllabus, and grades. So if you create, change, or delete the due date of an assignment on the calendar, it will show up in all the others, and vice versa. You can change dates easily by dragging and dropping assignments from one date to another in the calendar view. Continue to fill in the details of the assignment, such as the number of points to be awarded, the assignment group, displaying grades as points, submission types, attempts, plagiarism, group assignment, or if it's not a group assignment, peer review requirements, moderated grading, and the assign to option. Don't forget to click save. And there's our reflection paper on the field trip, which is due just 3 days after the field trip. All right, let's create a third event, which is the to-do item. Click on the plus button again, and the third tab should say My To-Do. Now, a to-do item always shows up in your calendar, whether it's a to-do from a course or from your personal calendar. So this will auto-populate the lower right side of your calendar, or when you go into your dashboard, you will see your to-do list. All right, so the last event that I want to create is the appointment group. So I go ahead again and click that Create New Event button, and this should be the last tab in the event pop-up. So the appointment group is useful for events that recur several times in a week or in a month or even over a semester. For example, tutorials or laboratory sessions, these can be scheduled and will show up in your calendar. So in this case, I have appointed tutorial sessions, maybe several times in a day, just before the submission of that tutorial assignment I created. And in this case, that's the 19th, the day before the submission due date, which is the 20th. Now, I can divide a range of time or duration of time into equal slots of 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And that's what I just did here. I could also limit the time slot to only about 3 users, which means that when students go in and can sign up for a session, once the system recognizes that the session has been filled with the maximum number of users, then it will not allow further signups later. So here, for example, the session is from 9 a.m. to 12 or 11 a.m. So that's about 2 hours broken into 30-minute slots. So that should give me 4 slots for students to sign up to. Now, I'll have to delete the extra slots because I think I typed up 9 to 6 p.m. and that's a very, very long list of slots. If I only have like 12 students and group them into 3, then I just need 4 slots. All right, so there's some maths involved in here, but it's kind of like an easy type of math. Don't forget to indicate the calendar to which these recurring events or appointment events that you'd like to appear. So in this case, I chose the Vignuni orientation for faculty, but I will not publish this. And at the bottom, you can also add details. For example, instructions on what they're supposed to do when they meet for their 30-minute session or 15, 20-minute session. And you can also remind them about the assessment that they need to talk about. All right, so I think I also ticked the boxes here to allow students to see who has signed up so that they won't have to fight against each other for the slot. And also, if I want only one appointment for each student to be attended or signed up, I can click the last tick box there. All right. So what would appointment group events look like on a calendar? Here is an example. This was taken from a concluded course in the previous term, and students were given the opportunity to sign up and use the Pyragov table for about 30 minutes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So these are kind of like booking sessions once you have created the appointment group events. So the last thing I want to cover is the calendar feed. How do you copy your calendar to another calendar? That's that function of the calendar feed. It's on the lower right corner of your screen. So when you click that, you'll be able to view the link to which you can copy it into your Google Calendar or Outlook calendar. By doing this, you effectively synchronize your calendar in Canvas into your other calendars. So you don't need to receive notifications because the calendar is always updated. In this video, we learned that calendars are extremely useful for creating and posting key course events onto your students' course calendars. It is also very effective for linking key tasks like a quiz submission or an assignment submission onto their calendar, since the events created in the calendar are automatically synchronized with these assessments. It is not useful, however, for individual communication with students or to replace graded interactions with them. Here's a link for further information on calendars. Thanks for joining me today.